Hello. In this video, I want to go over a beginner version of the old traditional song Long Journey Home, also called $2 Bill. It uses the same chord progression for verse and chorus. There's lots of versions. Some just have verses, some have a verse and a chorus. And basically, I'll just show how to play a version of the melody you would sing on the mandolin. And then I'm also going to just talk about some different picking patterns you could use with your right hand to kind of fill it in a little bit if you want to. So here's the simple version of the melody as I have it in my head. And again, there's lots of versions, but something like this in the key of G. Excuse me. So, if I were to sing that, I'm basically just trying to pick the same notes that I'm singing. So, lost all my money but a $2 bill. $2 bill, boys, $2 bill. Lost all my money but a $2 bill. I'm on my long journey home. Excuse my voice, I'm getting over a cold. But something like that. Of course, you don't have to do that exactly. You can do, if you have a different version of the melody in your head, go with that. But here, I'll just show that phrase by phrase. So it's starting on an open D string. And this version is quarter notes or longer, so it's all down picks. There's no up picks on this. This would be all down picks. So there's the first little bit. And then the next little bit. Oops, excuse me. Yeah. So those two little bits together. Oh no, excuse me. Sorry. You play multiple notes on this G string, this G note. Yeah, let me do that again. Sorry for the confusion. And again, right, for singing that, it would be, I'm basically thinking of the words for each note I'm picking, or each note is a syllable. Lost all my money but a $2 bill. And then the next bit, which is repeated from that bit before. And then and let me put those two bits together. All right, so up through there. Great. And now it does something similar for the next bit. I think that's identical actually to where we started, and then it finishes a little different. I'm on my long journey home, and finishing on the G note. All right, so then the whole thing again. So there you go. So that would be, great in a bluegrass jam. That would work just fine. Um, and I think and whenever I'm learning a new song, whenever I'm trying to work up an instrumental solo for a song, I start by first singing, figuring out how to sing uh, the verse, and then I just try to put that exactly on my mandolin or close. Sometimes, there's things that aren't exact, but this one I can get pretty much the same as when I'm singing it. But if you want to add some more to this, some ideas I wanted to throw out there. You don't have to add any more to this. You can leave it just like it is. But some ideas without getting into ornaments or adding notes or anything, but just looking at some different picking patterns with the with your picking hand. Um, and this is actually part of my learning process too. When I'm learning a new melody, first I get the notes, and they're roughly in the right place, timing and rhythm wise, but often they're not quite right. And an exercise I do to try to get all the notes in the right place with the rhythm is to play all quarter notes instead of a mix of quarter notes and longer notes like half notes or whole notes, which this tune has. So if I were to show that, same notes, but I'm just going to pick continuous quarter notes with down picks. So if I aim to just keep my hand playing steady quarter notes and then try to fit that melody over that, that should help kind of straighten out any timing problems I have, because the melody notes should fall right onto those quarter notes if you're dealing with a melody that doesn't have anything faster than quarter notes. And then the next thing I like to do that helps a little bit even more, and is something you could certainly do at a jam if you're playing a solo, is I like to turn it into all eighth notes. So it's actually the same speed of the right hand. You're just keeping the right hand moving at the same speed, but you're picking both down and up. Whereas with quarter notes, you're picking down and then you're bringing your hand up, but you're not picking on the upstroke. With eighth notes, you're picking eighth notes. You're picking both down and up. Let me show you how that would sound. So those are more challenging than just playing, the note and letting it hang there for a while. But it can sound good. It's really good exercise for the right hand, just to work on getting your right hand nice and loose and relaxed and able to pick continuous notes. And it really helps me with the timing of the notes and getting the melody into the timing. One more thing I'll do, and this is actually what I'll often do at jams, is this Nashville shuffle picking pattern, which is a quarter note, two eighth notes, quarter note, two eighth notes, or 1, 2, and 3, 4, and you can do that pattern the whole way through and just lay the melody over it, and that would sound like this. So those are all options. I think it's a useful exercise to actually take a melody or have learned, and try these different picking patterns and whatever other kind of picking patterns you've learned. And then and then mix and match, kind of see, if there's spots that you like a certain pattern, other spots you like a certain other pattern. Like if I were just going to make up, something where I kind of mixed and matched, I could start with quarter notes. I could go, and then I could switch to eighth notes, and then I can switch to the shuffle pattern. So there's just kind of mixing and matching and doing different picking patterns as you go through. And the more that you practice that, the more automatic it becomes, to the point where you can kind of start doing some of that without really thinking about it. It just becomes, you're able to just kind of express how you're feeling about rhythm at different points without having to plan it or kind of think it through. Um, there's a few different options you can look at. So there's a version of Long Journey Home and some different picking patterns you can use. There'll be info about tab in the description. Thanks much.